going on there? Why is that going on like that? This phone's got a fucking mind of its own. What's that noise? My phone, is it? Yeah. And again. There we go. Put that there, innit? Right, oh, that is. That's not it, but it'll do. No, here you go. Need time for the Techniques cabinet to come upstairs. Weighs about 6 tonne. Anyway, let's get a cup of tea, eh? It's been a mad day. Fucking hell. Getting more and more space in here. Actually able to walk around. What I've got to do is bring all my tools down here. I've got to have one sort of point for all my tools. I've got tools everywhere. I've got one sort of station at one point. Probably the toolbox would be a good place. The joys of having an engineer as a father. Left me 1,000,001 tools. Right. We'll have a look out the back. Got some lights out the back. Got the other tent up as well. Let's turn that on. There's the old switch then. There it is. I see it's all kicking off outside all the hotels everywhere. What did I say? be honest, I don't really. You can't really blame people for kicking off, really. And I found out some more information about all the people in the hotels. Which is quite shocking. Tommy Robinson, go and look at his video. I'm not going to repeat it, but I don't know. Send them all home on a rubber dinghy. I'll take them home. Scene tonight. A cup of tea in the tent, shall we? This camera keeps so I'm only in this drink my tea, have a smoke. This is the little Halfords. The little Halfords tent, like a backpacking tent. I think you'd wait. The only thing about it, you've only got that vent there, and you haven't got sort of no mesh here. So once you're sort of locked in, you're locked in. You've only got that sort of vent. Which I reckon you'd wake up the condensation just dripping everywhere, I think, possibly. could be wrong. Anyway, we've got to open the flat because as soon as you smoke in it just smokes the whole tent out. Whereas my other tent, you can sort of have a smoke in there and it sort of adds a bit. Anyway, not bad for, what was it, 25 quid. Not bad little tent really for £25. It's a kind of backpacker tent where you sort of backpacking all day and you sort of throw it up just to get your head in it. You see what I mean? Just to get your head down. And obviously I'm not a backpacker. I'm a camper. A wild camper. Don't know where the rain is. It's supposed to rain. Allegedly. Anyway. Yeah, I noticed every day now it's kicking off outside different hotels. But I was watching, I've seen a video, I don't know if you've seen it, people, but there's this kid that worked in one of the hotels. He was a night porter. And what he said was unbelievable. Do you know when they first get there, they get a choice of an iPhone or a Samsung phone. Crazy, isn't it? I don't know. And he reckons they're also working illegally for, obviously, you go and order a Deliveroo. You go and order a Deliveroo or something like that. They've even found all their bikes, all the Deliveroo bikes, behind the hotels. And they're supposed to, like, not be working. Personally, I think the government are in on it all. And are probably letting them work illegally. That's what I think. Because they're clearly letting them in the country, aren't they? Making no effort to stop them. Even though each Prime Minister says, oh, we're going to stop the boats. Well, they haven't. I wonder why. That's the question. I think you got the protesters, and now you got the do-gooders as well out there. All the do-gooders. Same as the nuclear bomb brigade. The people that say, oh, we shouldn't have nuclear bombs, but if we got bombed, mate, nuclear bombs, you'll be the first one crying that we ain't got any. Crazy. But fucking unbelievable. Oh no, we'll get about 80 quid a week. That's just straight in their hand. Obviously, they don't pay for bed or board or nothing like that, or food or anything like that. Anyway, there've been lots of reports of these people in the hotels following kids about. That's a fact. Seem to have a fascination with young girls, they do. Which really doesn't surprise me, coming from the countries they're coming from. Yeah. But yeah, yeah, YouTube warning, you can't say that. I don't ever get any warnings. If I did get a warning, I'd challenge you anyway. Anyway. Get yourself down the hotel, people. It's iPhones all round. Oh man, iPhone or a Samsung. They could have bought them a cheap one, couldn't they? Do you know what I mean? Fucking, who's funding that? Hello. Hello, mate. How you doing? UKIP? Yeah, I voted for them, man. I think they're all in on it. I do. They've got to be all in on it, haven't they? To be honest. I don't know exactly what the crack is, but it's. Well, I've heard other things as well, like they're going to take over and stuff like that. There's a few people saying that. That could. It's very plausible. It's all good though. We'll take off in a tent. Just put them all in tents, man. Send them all around my house. I'll put them all in tents. Yeah, government's in on it, mate. JP Bad. Has France allowed? Why has France allowed this to happen? Because it's in their interest not to keep people. To be honest, if they're real refugees, right, the first country you get to is where you claim asylum. And they're not. They're all getting there and going, no, we want to go to England. And we know why they want to come here. Yeah, but I noticed it was all kicking off in Ireland. Same thing. Now it's happening here. Indeed, the ones in the boats definitely aren't. I can vouch for that. But it just takes a piss, doesn't it, that they're all getting iPhones or fucking Samsungs as soon as they touch down. Where's my fucking iPhone then? Takes a piss really when they're on about cancelling fucking old age pensioners, fuel things and all that shit. The government, oh, we got to get the PIP rates down. We got to get all the people off the PIP. Why? Because they've done all the money on the foreigners. That's why. Crazy. Algeria. Yeah, mate, exactly. They take over in the end. You end up the minority. But there's definitely something weird going on with it all. What can you do? I think I don't think you can vote for any of them. To be honest with you, I think they're all fucking. They've all got an agenda of some description. be voting for whoever's taking back control, man. That's what we got to do. Take back control. They don't want to take back control, though, do they? Because if they did, they would. All of them governments saying, "Oh, we'll stop the boats." They've made no effort at all to stop the boats. You could stop the boats in a second. Just by calling Portsmouth and telling the Navy to patrol it. Could get our submarines right over near France, and as they're leaving, just surface in the sub, put them off a bit. That's what I think. Yeah, you're right there, mate. JP Bad is correct. It's got to end, though, isn't it? How can? It's us that are funding it all. It's crazy. How can we possibly fund, right? All them hotels, all of them. Crazy. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Totally mad. But I know it's kicking off in Ireland, and it's kicking off here now. America, what part? Got some friends across the old water there, across the pond. Then again, the government on about the Russians. We've got to fucking train the kids to fight the Russians. What are they talking about? Unbelievable. Nebraska. I've heard of that. Is that up in the north? Near Canada, possibly? Probably completely wrong. I've got an uncle in Canada. Epping protest. I did, mate, yeah. There's a couple of others as well kicking off. Kind of near, yeah, I thought I was in the right area. It must get cold up your way then. In the winter. Ice road truckers and all that, isn't it? Out that way. Don't mind a bit of that. Yeah, very cold. Wouldn't want to be an ice road trucker. I'm only getting the money they're on. I'd give it a go. I watch quite a few American kind of programs on TV. Made me laugh the other day when Trump said about Israel and Palestine wouldn't fucking know what peace was. I did laugh, and he's right. Trump, not that I'm a Trump man or whatever, but he's right there. Did make me chuckle. Same here, mate. Exactly the same here. We've got them here. People, I mean, people we've bombed now are here. It's crazy. You're in the same boat as us. Afghanistan, Iraq, all them places, man. We all should have just stayed at home. That's what everyone should have done. But they didn't, did we? We all jumped in. Crazy. And did we really solve anything? No. did Saddam? Did we find these weapons of mass destruction and chemical labs under the desert? No. Crazy. And you look at all the dead, man. All the dead Americans, all the dead British, all the dead foreigners. Oh yeah, we were always on one side, and then we're on the other side, like Bin Laden. We was all we was all funding him at one point, same as America, against the Russians. It's crazy. I don't know. I don't know, everybody. Same here, mate. We've got them from every country that we've bombed. We've got them coming in from. What shocked me was in France, you've obviously got Calais and where they all sit and wait. And they had a Royal Marine ex-SBS, which is Special Boat Squadron. A bit like a Navy SEAL, along that kind of lines. Anyway, he went undercover into the camp, and then he escaped on a dinghy back into England. And what he discovered was shocking. There's no women there. It's all men of fighting age, and they ain't all getting along because obviously you got Sunnis, you got all the different tribes and that. Do you know what I mean? They all just, it's crazy. They're all coming here. Yeah. And he even said he felt a bit. It was like during the daytime, it was all cool. He said at night it was a different sort of ball game. And even he felt a bit edgy, and he's a fucking raw. You know what I mean? A Royal Marine. Yeah, did you see that, Jude? It's crazy, isn't it? We got a few Chinese over here, I think. The only ones that look real over here, right, are a few Chinese people I've seen who've got kids and that with them. Some Ukrainians that look real. They've got wives and kids with them. But all them lot out of fucking Afghanis and all that, all them that old tribe, they're all just turning up on their own. Do you know what I mean? That's crazy. Yep, all men fighting age. Yep, 100%. And he said after dark they all start drinking, start fighting. Didn't think that they drunk. It's like in them hotels. They sneak round the back of them. There's all beer tins and all that. Do you know what I mean? But I can see it just kicking off all the time now. Once they've kicked off, they all just kick off, don't they? Well, exactly. I tell you what they do. They've all got passports, right? As soon as they get out of French water and into British water, they just throw their passports over the side because they know we're going to come and rescue them, and then they can say they're from fucking wherever. Iran, Iraq. Take your choice. It's crazy. And I'm all for helping the real ones, don't get me wrong, people. What I say is, if you want to come in our country, you come in the correct ways, you know what I mean? You fill in the paperwork and come in. We don't, you know what I mean? We quite a welcoming country. But no, they ain't, you know what I mean? They're illegal immigrants, that's what they are. Illegal economic migrants, they are. After the pennies. Only because we're giving it to them, though. Stop the money. Stop the boats. Stop the iPhones for a start. Fucking iPhones. That's the first thing they get when they get here. They get a choice of an iPhone or a Samsung. Crazy. I'm all for giving people phones, you know what I mean? But they've gone to the top, haven't they, there? And they've all got electric bikes, man. They've all got electric cycles. And they ain't cheap, man. £1,000 a go. Where's my electric bike? Anyway, drink your tea. Well, it goes cold. I mean, get out of this tent in a minute. Head back indoors. It's getting a bit chilly now. Saying that, it's going to be about 15 all night, so it's quite warm. Yeah. He likes it, yeah. Oh, I've got some more comments that got stuck. Oh yeah, I've seen them ones where they're fighting. It wouldn't surprise me where, whatever the Russians have got their fingers in, it really wouldn't surprise me. Well, exactly, don't even, exactly, give society something. They're not even integrating, mate. And they've got no interest in integrating with your British person. No, you gotta say British. I don't consider myself British. I'm English. He does quite good interviews, him. In fact, I might even turn up with my camera at one of them hotels because it's getting, there's more and more happening near to here. I see one in London. There's got to be hotels around here, aren't there? Not far from where I am, I'm sure. It's like these mosques that they build everywhere. I'm all for them people like who want to be like religious down that line, having a mosque, but they're everywhere, man. And them mosques have been known to be like terror cells in the ones in London. Do you remember that? What was his name? The geezer with a hook, man. See what I mean? Hamza, whatever his name was. They let him just preach in the street. They shouldn't let him preach in the street, man. If they're preaching bollocks, stop them. Yeah, exactly. From Iran. I'm with you. I feel sorry for the females and that, I do. They're so oppressed, aren't they, in them countries? I don't know. I'll take he's here legally then. If it gets too silly, I've said before, it gets too silly, man, I'll just pack up my tent and head into the countryside. Boom. When it all goes off, it's every man for himself. Yeah, radicalised exactly. Brainwashed. I think they believe they're going to a better place, don't they, with 1,500 virgins or whatever it is they believe in. The ones that do themselves in. Driving. Well, they've got their old veils down. You don't know who it is, do you, really, to be honest with you? Not that I think they should remove their veils or anything, if that's their religion. But it depends, I suppose. It depends whether they've read the warped version or the normal version. Send them all to the Church of England, my church. Send them all there for a few months. Are we still allowed to? Are we even allowed to say Church of England anymore? Started by Henry VIII. Started by Henry VIII because obviously Henry liked lots of wives, and the Catholic just wouldn't let him do that. So to get his own way, he started the Church of England. Which is basically a Christian-based religion. Well, all religion, a load of old bollocks, really, isn't it? All religion. And that's no offence to anybody out there that's a real believer, but I'm not. I did quite a bit of physics and science at school, which to be honest, religion really is just the same as marriage. It's set up to control people. I suppose, really, I believe in more pagan kind of things, which was what everyone was years ago here. And they used to preach to the sun, the seasons, the moon. Paganism. Yeah, the way they're not allowed to unveil their faces, are they? Not allowed to show their faces. I bet a lot of them want to, though. Then again, I suppose if you've been told to do that for so many years, it'd be hard to break the cycle, I would imagine. It's the Russians, can you hear that? Only joking. And they do fly into our airspace all the time. and we fly up and tell them to get out of the way. Same as our sea, in the sea. In fact, they were caught in the Russian Sea, in the Irish Sea the other week. In the Irish and the British Navy. Well, it's weird because it's a small little Irish boat, and then obviously the big British warship behind it, telling the Russians to move on. Yet the information that was put out in the news and that, they were spying, looking for, I don't know, some communication line or something. They're on about submarines. And obviously my dad was a submariner, same as my granddad, so I know quite a bit about submarine. And I know ours ain't in the Irish Sea, that's for sure. They don't tell you where submarines are, man. I could guess though where they are now. There's probably a submarine near the Falkland Islands. There's probably submarines spying on the Russians, which is what my dad used to do. In fact, you don't need any other weapons, man. All you need is the submarines. Yeah, even the Germans used to visit America, you know, during the war, man. And again, I think their U-boats were everywhere. Crazy, eh? Get that close to you. I suppose we're just lucky we're on an island. Do you know what I mean? We're an island race, so it wasn't as if Hitler could just walk right through like he did France, like all the rest of them. He couldn't really do that with us. He had to get the water first and the air, and he couldn't do that. Even though we was outnumbered completely. Saying that, he did blow the whole country to bits. Even my little village here. But to be honest, he probably would have lost even if he'd got here, because the mentality of the people, they were going to fight anyway. 50, I'm 53, 54 in September. Yeah, I agree with you. I've said that to my mates. I've never seen it like this. It's just, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Really. It does make you wonder what the hell's going on. But I don't know. What's the time anyway? Time I got out of this tent, I think. Willow tree. Where the rain is. Supposed to rain. Apparently. I think that's why, right? I think they're allowing now, right? They're allowing young people to vote between the ages of 16 and 18. I think the only reason they've done that is because they're going to bring back national service at some point, and it'll be a way of roping more young'uns into it. Because they keep saying we got to prepare to fight the Russians on our homeland, which is just complete bollocks, man. Trust me. Yet the government is spinning that line. I don't know why though. They're going on about nuclear war and shit. Nobody's going to press the button. That's why no one pressed the button years ago, because it's called total totality. Because, you know, as soon as one button gets pressed, they're all pressing them, do you know what I mean? And boom, boom, and then everyone's dead, I'm afraid. With the weapons that are floating around today. So nobody would survive. Because you know damn well, if your country sees another country firing a nuke at it, what are you going to do? You're going to fire one back, aren't you? Crazy. Make me laugh. Years ago in the 80s when I grew up, there was quite a fear of nuclear war, and made me laugh when they used to have these things on telly. Used to say, "Oh, get under a table," and this and that and the other. It just made me laugh. Me and my dad used to laugh. Especially living here in Kent, we'd get right out. They'd nuke London, and I'm only 35 miles from London. Initially, I'm in the countryside, but it would still get out here. A direct hit on London. Goodbye. Anyway, it's enough doom and gloom. We need a whole new fucking government. One with a brain would be good. The problem is with the government though, is that the majority of them are just what we call a silver spoon mob. Do you know what I mean? They've gone to Cambridge or Oxford. Do you know what I mean? They're not from the real world. They're not from the streets or anything. There's a few that are, but the majority of them ain't. It's like during COVID, man, when Boris was telling us all to stay in and that, he was having a party. He even got arrested for it. Oh, they reckon there's another strain of COVID coming that's 15 million times worse. Not that I've even had a jab. Even though the NHS did pester me all the time to have one. But at the time, I said to my doctor, I'm quite fit physically. I'll just leave it to my own immune system. Cheers. Plus, whatever it was, I had it in November, and the government didn't say it got here till December, but I caught it off my mate Gary that came back from Spain, but I didn't know I'd caught it. I caught it through having one of his roll-ups. Touched his Rizzler packet. That's how I caught it. I'll tell you what, I left my mate's house at about 11 o'clock at night. I left Kev's. By 1 in the morning, this is no word of a lie, I was getting hot and cold flushes, rolling around on the floor like a baby. And all I had to do in the end was just stick my head between my legs. I've got pretty good lungs. I was just pumping my lungs, getting air in and out. I can see how people passed away through sort of respiratory issues, but yeah, put me on the floor, man, whatever that was. Certainly wasn't the flu. Fucking bat flu, man. The lockdown. Weird that was. Oh, sorry, I've missed loads more fucking messages. It's not moving up. You're a smoker too. Yeah, it is like that. Did I finish the studio? Hang on, mate, I'll tell you. I'm just reading the rest of these. Hello, mate. Tent's all good, mate. Oh, yeah. Yeah, table. For sure. Get under the table, man. I don't do anything at the moment. I've got ADHD and ASD, but I've got no learning issues. But I was a carer, and end-of-life carer. I've been a lot of things, a chef, a baker. But I did caring for my dad for 25 years. I don't know, I thought it stopped you breathing. I know, I've never experienced anything like it. Yeah, I lost them senses as well. The studio, yeah, I've got one more bit of carpet to cut out. I'll stick that down, which I'm going to do in a minute. I've had a fiddle around with the amplifier. And I've got some sort of, well, I've got music coming out of it until I turn it up and it all cuts out. So I don't really know what's going on with that. Anyway, I'm going to get out of this tent, get back in there. Tell you what, we'll leave that out there tonight. Can't be bothered. Yeah, I know they're not moving along. So it looks like no one's commented, but even though you have, I'm sort of scrolling up. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, cramp. Doesn't help being 6'2". Cramp in my leg. Must have been cycling all day. Got cold out here. Hang on, I'm just going to redo this one.